I'm washing the windows and this customer comes into the store and he says, your shoes are untied. And I says, yeah, it keeps pumas away. And he was like, huh? And I says, pumas, big cats. Kinda nods his head and he makes his way to the cooler, so I do my slow motion run behind the till, which I think is highly amusing. And he gets to the counter and I scan his bovine breast milk and he says to me, how? And I says, how what? And he says, how's your shoelace keep pumas away? And I says, well, I haven't quite figured out the how yet, but the gist of it is, as long as my shoelace is undone, no pumas come near me. And he says, I think you do too many drugs. And I said, hey, do you see a puma? That's all I'm saying. And he actually looked around the store. All of a sudden, a puma was going to jump up from behind the Doritos rack and be like, I'm a puma. And he turns back around and he looks at me and I'm like, hey man, all I'm saying is any physical evidence on the issue is in my favor. And he shakes his head and he goes to walk away, and as he's walking out, another customer comes in and that customer says, g'day Jesus, and I say g'day. And the first guy turns and he looks at me and he says, your name's Jesus. And I says, yeah, and he says, serially, and I says, serially. And he looks at the other customer and he says, serially, this guy's name's Jesus. And the customer says, yeah. And the guy says, did you know he leaves his shoelace untied because it scares pumas away? And the fellow looks at me and he says, Jesus, that's why you leave your shoelace undone? And I says, yeah. And he says, I said, that kind of makes sense. It's good times. It's good times. If you people would actually take the time to come to my workplace and visit me, I could have these interactions with you. You could be the muse to my video, my inspiration. Just saying.